Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Nara Pandya. A lot of Golden State Warriors fans are eagerly awaiting the return of Draymond Green tonight to play alongside Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. It's been 1,005 days since they've all been on a court together to play in a meaningful NBA game. Here's a quick breakdown of Draymond's injury and what we should look for over the next 14 games of the regular season. Now, once again, what was reported by the Golden State Warriors is that Draymond Green had an issue with the disc in his lumbar spine. This disc caused some degree of irritation or inflammation to the nerve root, which powers the calf muscle. Now, it's important to note that nerve roots in the lumbar spine give sensation and power the lower extremity. So when you have an irritation in your back, not only can it cause pain in the back, but it can also cause issues in terms of strength and weakness, as well as sensation in the lower extremity. Now, once an athlete is basically rehabbed through this in terms of the inflammation going down, the strength coming back, and any sensory issues going away, any pain in the back is resolved, then athletes can return to play over a graduated period of time. Now, what are some things we should look for Draymond on his return? Number one, it's going to be conditioning. One of the key things in terms of lower back rehab is that for the first several weeks after the injury, you want to make sure that inflammation is basically gone, and you don't want to aggravate the nerve root. So it does limit the degree to which you can do explosive conditioning during the early phases of rehab. So number one, it sounds like Draymond Green is going to have minutes restriction. Number two, it'll be important to see how he progresses as the game goes on and as games get longer for him in terms of his conditioning. Number two, it's important to see how his body responds to impact. No matter how much you rehab, no matter how much scrimmage you can do, there is some degree of impact that simply can't be replicated except in a live game setting. It'll be interesting to see how Draymond's back basically responds to the impact of other players hitting him, particularly the 4s and 5s who are very large and big that Draymond plays against. Number three, it'll be important to see how his body responds to twisting and repetitive bending. This could impact his ability on rebounding in terms of driving into the lane or taking quick accelerated shots that may place strain on his lumbar spine. Number four, it'll be important to look at how strong his calf is. Now, as I mentioned before, when there was that irritation in the nerve root, the symptom that basically the Warriors noted was that he had some weakness in his calf muscle. It's going to be important to see how he's elevating in terms of his jump shot, how he's elevating in terms of rebounds, how he's able to do quick explosive movements, and how he's able to move in situations such as a pick and roll, which basically not only involves twisting, but also allows quick movement, which you need your calf for. The key thing to note is that the numbers basically are in Draymond Green's favor. 75 to 80% of players return to play who have disc pathology in the NBA based on studies that are out there. In addition, we also know that the difference between operative and non-operative treatment doesn't really make a difference in terms of players, in terms of the longevity. So just because Draymond Green didn't have surgery doesn't mean he's more at risk for having an injury down the road. The last key factor we really need to look at is how does his back respond after multiple games back to back? He may feel good game one, may feel good game two, but looking at how his back is feeling game 3, 4, and 5 when that load is accumulating is really important. The key thing is that Golden State Warriors fans finally have their three players back together that basically led this championship run, and hopefully we'll have a good, healthy Draymond Green moving forward as the season goes on. Thank you.